Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another flight on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's been a while since we've done our last flight. It's been quite a while, actually. So today we are flying Iberia, and we're flying from Amsterdam in the Netherlands down to Madrid, Spain. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Flight time's around 2.5 hours. So let's get straight into the flight deck and set things up. Alrighty, let's have a look here. So we'll just edit that that departure time. So it gives us 62 minutes for departure, and that should be fine. Okay. Pre-start checklist. Okay, throttles are in the idle position. Engine masters 1 and 2 are off. Ground spoilers are retracted. Flaps are also retracted. Engine mode selector is in the normal position. And parking brake is set. Landing gear down. And both wipers are in the off position. Okay, let's start with the overhead panel. Crew supply can be switched on. We'll switch on our DIRs. Nevin logo light can come on. No smoking can be switched to on, and emergency exit can be armed. Okay, IRSs will be aligned in 7 minutes. No smoking is on. Parking brake is set. TCAS is in standby. And we have a company message already. Okay, so let's have a look at what we'll do. We'll just have a look at our flight plan first. So I'll bring over the flight plan onto the screen here so we can all see it there. I'll just see if I can just minimize that. No, not really, I can't. Okay, that's fine. No worries. So we are Iberia flight 745 today, departing from Amsterdam and arriving into Madrid. Our zero fuel weight is 551.44. Maximum is 610. So we're well within the maximum there. Block fuel is just over 8,500 tonnes. We're well within the maximum load there as well. Takeoff weight 63.6 tonnes. I'll just make a note of that. 63.6 tonnes takeoff weight. The trip fuel is 5,312. Landing weight is 58,370 tonnes. So I'll just put 58.3 landing weight. Maximum shear rate 8.1. That's fine. So this is our route here for this afternoon. So we are expecting runway 18 left for departure on the CUDA 3 Echo standard instrument departure. Making our way down to Madrid on the Banev 4 Delta Star standard terminal arrival route, and we are expecting landing 32 left. Total distance is 832 nautical miles. Our block fuel is 8.7 tonnes. 8.7 tonnes. Let's scroll down the flight plan. Let's have a look here and just check the weather. Where's the weather? Here we go. So departure airport, Amsterdam, Schiphol, Wind 170 over 9 knots. Visibility is excellent, greater than 10,000. Few clouds at 3,400. It is currently 5 degrees in Amsterdam with a QNH of 1013. Okay. Our alternate for today, just in case we need to divert from Madrid, is Albacete. 340 at 3 knots, varying at 30 knots. Visibility is greater than 10,000. Few clouds at 4,500. It is 11 degrees in Albacete at the moment. QNH of 1010. How's Madrid looking? 350 at 6 knots. We do have some varying winds there as well. So we're going to have to take all this into consideration when looking at our fuel, our block fuel. Visibility, however, is very good. It's greater than 10,000. Few clouds at 6,000 feet. Broken clouds at 6,800. 11 degrees in Madrid at the moment, QNH of 1011. Okay, so the weather is looking quite good for flying. If we have a look at the general route, so we depart Amsterdam, fly over Brussels, over France. So the majority of the flight time will be over France, flying down south, and then finally crossing the border into Spain and onto Madrid. Looks like we will have some turbulence there. The majority of the turbulence will be over France. So you can see that, and then going into or flying over the border into Spain, there will be some turbulence there as well. So it won't be a totally smooth flight, but that's okay. That's okay. So all in all, quite good for flying. So look, total block fuel is 8,768. I think if we take 9,000 tons, I think we should be right for that. So I'll just make a note of that, 9,000 tons. Okay, so that's our flight plan for today. Okay, let's go into the flight computer and just set things up. We also have air traffic online as well. So what I might do is just start the air traffic and just communicate with them. Now, what I haven't done is set up my vPilot. Hang on just 1 second. Okay, we'll go back into here and we'll just file our flight plan. Okay, we are filed and ready to go. Terrific. Okay. So we have ATIS online at the moment. Great. Okay, we've also got approach online. So 121.205. So I'm just tuning into there we go. So they're online. Okay, great. And we also have ATIS online as well. Okay, so ATIS 132.980. So ATIS will give us all the weather information 1014Q. Okay. Delta. Okay, information Delta. Swap that back over to the main channel, and I'll just radio in just to make sure that they can hear me okay and that I can hear them okay. And Amsterdam approach, Iberia 745 radio check. Okay, so they can read me 5. And that's great. Okay, let's continue on with our flight setup. So we are Iberia 745. Okay, so we've downloaded our flight into the computer, Iberia 745, departing Amsterdam, arriving into Madrid. Alternate is Albacete. Estimated time en route is just over 2 hours. Today's the 12th of April 2026, so that's all correct. Okay, we go into init request. Our cost index, let's have a look at our cost index. Cost index today is 38. Our cruise flight level is 350, and our cruise flight temperature is 58. And we can go ahead and pop that in. Our IRSs are aligned. We have 3 nav green. Excellent. We can download our winds. Winds are downloaded. Good. Our tropo is 35660. 35660. Ground temperature is was 14 degrees. And we can pop that in as well. Okay, terrific. That's in at A. Flight plan. Okay, so flight plan. Okay, flight plan. We are departing Amsterdam. We are expecting runway 18 left for departure on the Kudad 3 Echo. There it is there. That's the SID. And we can insert that. We then arrive into Madrid on runway 32 left. ILS 32 left via the Banev 4 Delta. Via is okay. Via, I'm pretty sure. Let me just have a look at the flight plan here. Banev, Pinar, via Rugby, I think. Yeah, via Rugby. So we'll go Rugby, and we can insert that. Okay, now let's just cross-reference that on our flight plan page. So flying down south. Looking good. So we're flying southwest. Via Rugby, yeah, looks perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, great. All right, so we can pop that back into ARC mode. So if we have a look at the flight computer, total distance is 833 nautical miles. We cross-reference that with our flight plan. It's 832. Okay, absolutely perfect. So that's great. Okay, excellent. All right. So we're looking good there. So we've got our flight plan in. I'll just align the camera. Flight plan's in. Secondary flight plan, we can just copy the active. Radio navigation, landing system. So we are expecting runway 32 left in Madrid. ILS 109.9. So that would be landing system Mike Alpha Alpha. .9, and that is absolutely correct. Course of 322, and that is correct as well. Okay, excellent. So that's our our radio navigation page. Init B. So we now need to go to Init B. So we're up to Init B. Let's have a look at our ground services here. GPU is on, chocks and cones are on. We've got our jet bridge already connected. Okay, we are going to take 9,000 tonnes of fuel, so we've decided that. So we're taking a little bit extra. And let's start the boarding. So we are taking 117 passengers today down to Madrid. Just take a quick view outside here. So we are taking 9,000 tonnes. Has the loading process started? Here's catering. So catering is here. Yeah, so catering is here. So we're going to load up catering. So all good. I'll start the APU as well. 2, 3. So APU should be firing on any time now. There we go. Flaps open. APU is firing up. So this is our APU page on the lower ECAM. So EGT, which is obviously the temperature of the APU, auxiliary power unit. Flap is open. And once it's available, it'll say APU available, or it'll just say available. Available, great. We can now switch on the bleed air, which is essentially just the onboard air conditioning unit. So let's make it nice and comfortable for our passengers. Catering is being loaded, great. Okay, all right. So we haven't started boarding passengers as yet. That's all good. So what I might do, I'll get my, while all that's happening, I'll get my clearance to Madrid. And Iberia 745 requesting IFR flight clearance to Madrid. I have information Delta on board. That's Iberia 745. Clear to Madrid via the Cuda 3 Echo departure, runway 24, initial climb 6,000 feet and squawking 1,000 for Iberia 745. Correction, Cuda 3 Sierra departure and initial climb is 6,000 feet on the standard pressure for Iberia 745. 60, correct, Iberia 745. Okay, so we've got some slightly different instructions here. So we're now departing runway 24. The flight plan was originally for 18 left, but we are on now being given instruction to depart runway 24. Okay, so runway 24, so I need to go back into the flight plan. And departure is now runway 24. And the departure is Cuda 3 Sierra, which is that one there. Cuda 3 Sierra. And we can insert that. Okay, so runway 24, where is that? Let's have a look at our airport map. Runway 24 is, where is it? Okay, runway 24 is there. Okay. Okay, so it's going to be a longer taxi, but that's okay. All good. I'm not too familiar with Amsterdam airport, to be honest, but let's see how we go. So it is a slightly longer taxi than 18 left, which is what we were expecting initially, but we are now need to depart from runway 24. Okay, all good. How are we going for loading? We haven't loaded yet. I haven't put in our passengers as yet. Okay. Why is that? Let's have a look. Boarding is requested. I thought I requested that earlier, but anyway, okay. So we need to fully board before I can pop in the information on the next page of the flight management computer. Waiting for your action to open AF cargo. AF cargo. Okay, open that. Okay. So all the baggage will be loaded. All good. Okay. Okay, so we're looking good. So initial climb is 6,000 feet. Pop that in there. Our squawk is 10,000. Squawking 10,000, so clear that. Okay. So we've got our clearance. Pop our beacon on. Excellent. All right, we are looking really, really good. Passengers boarding now, I believe. We should see that start to tick over because we are boarding. Why isn't it ticking over? Yeah, it does say on here that we've boarded, but it's not coming up on here. Baggage loading progress, yeah, 50%. So baggage is fully loaded. We haven't loaded our fuel either. Okay, what's going on here? What is going on? Why aren't I boarding? Let's just so something hasn't worked here. I don't know what it is, but it's not ticking over. So I need that to equal the planned passengers. So we're taking 117 passengers, but according to the EFB, we haven't boarded anyone. So because we haven't boarded anyone, these values down here, which is our zero fuel weight and our zero fuel weight center of gravity, is not changing. We need those values to enter into the flight management computer. And I don't know, resend load sheet. What if we reset all? I'm just going to try it again. Re-import from SimBrief. Update. We're taking 9,000 tons of fuel. Apply and load. Boarding and refueling. That's it, error. Right, I'm going to have to disconnect.